Hello, there's going to be a surface level breakdown on Wuthering Waves bosses, mostly looking at the visuals, the fun factor slash combat, strategy and team play, and music. The first topic is going to be visuals. Does it look great? Does it appeal to the eyeballs? All that good stuff. Immediately at first glance, you could already tell. The sun rays, the birds, the eyes, the green. It's great. The shiny echo. It's a pretty nice boss area. It's a pretty nice boss area. It has a pretty simple moveset. It's a pretty simple boss. Starts off with two moves. Pretty basic. There's also a spin attack, I guess. It's pretty simple to see and dodge, you know. Has a moderately cool tail attack, but it's pretty obvious. It's pretty kind of sucks, you know. I was trying to bait attacks here, but it's anyway. Right now I'm just whittling down its HP to see its next phase or next set of moves. The combat loop is pretty fun, it's not that boring, it's kind of engaging, I guess, but it's pretty easy to dodge, it is easy, but it's not boring, at least, I think. Now he has some sort of burning ice attack, something straight out of Achilles 436B. He starts getting a little aggressive, a little more aggressive, Gets a cool tail laser, that's pretty sick, visually at least. Gets a nice AoE attack, pretty sick, pretty cool. Yeah, this move almost killed me right here. Yeah, this boss never lives enough for me to see it. Overall, I'd give it a 4 out of 7. The music was basically non-existent. It's a pretty fun boss though. Gotta somewhat try to at least dodge, but it's still a pretty easy boss. But it's fun. This boss arena isn't as vibrant as the last one, but I guess it makes sense for the type of echo it is. It's not a animal; it's more of a humanoid type. I think from what I remember, when first playing this, like test discords are made of like multiple frequencies or something. Its moves are slightly less predictable than the Bellborn, but I've already beaten this boss multiple times, so I already mastered him, so it still looks cool visually. And the background looks, it fits the fight and the vibe of the fight, I guess. I really don't like it, but it really does. The music is like non-existent for the most part in these At least for these two bosses. It's a pretty simple, pretty simple track. Yeah, now I'm gonna just get on low to see if he has anything cooler to show me. I love Phoebe so much. Get a Shorekeeper. I love it. I've already memorized this boss's whole moveset. It's pretty simple. It gets pretty simple after a bit. Even getting it down to half HP, the moveset doesn't really change much. It doesn't really get harder either. It's pretty much stays the same. So yeah, that's kind of boring. Overall, I'd give it like a 3 out of 7. Actually, I'll give it a 4. I mean, it was the first boss, and for a first boss, it's challenging enough for new players. So it's, I guess in that sense, it's great. And this boss run is pretty simple, but I mean, there's a nice tree in the background, and the animation for this Memphis here, it's pretty good. So. The attacks at least look like they pack a lot of weight behind them. It's pretty sick, And basically a Kamehameha here, so it's pretty sick. I'm not as used to dodging this boss as the other ones. So so at least to me these moves look pretty, at least compared to the other two, a lot more, less basic. He just got obliterated here, but he's still a pretty cool boss. Now I'm gonna just wait if it has like a phase 2 moveset. Well, so far it's the same, I think. What do you mean you think, Philippe? Yeah, even after getting it to low health, it's still basically the same. It's a decently hard boss. It's fun. You actually I mean, I gotta think at least. It's not as easy as the other two. Overall, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. It was visually nice. It was